Welcome to a new video. This is not gonna be a travel vlog, this is not gonna be a comedy sketch. This is sort of a Q&A with a little bit of updates about this channel, what's gonna happen in the future, and so on. With a heavily requested guest, my girlfriend Teresa. Everyone's been writing under my videos, please, more Teresa, she's the real star of the African vlog. So she's here, she's gonna talk. Will you talk?
Yes.
We have a jar full of questions that you wrote under my last video. We're gonna take turns. Everybody's gonna pick a random question and answer it, while the other person may add just one sentence. So if the question is about Teresa and I get it, I have to answer it for her.
Ladies first?
Of course, ladies first.
The best and the worst African country you've been to. Okay, so this is easy. The best is definitely Burkina Faso. And the worst, no African country is the worst, come on.
Come on, be
I'd
unpopular.
say, I guess the least interesting country for me was probably the Gambia.
I knew you were gonna say an English-speaking country because you enjoy the French ones, the French-speaking ones way more.
sûr.
The second question: where can I watch the stuff you shot for Red Bull? You can watch it on the official website of Red Bull Slovakia. So if you're an English speaker or if you don't speak Slovak, you're probably not gonna enjoy it. It's gonna sound like hello Cameroon. Third question.
Where do you get so much money to travel this much? That's what you wanna know, huh? Well, we do business, you know.
And parents.
You know the series from West Africa, the first series of the African vlog, we actually shoot the series for a Slovak TV, so we got paid for
Shot.
it. Damn. Second series, we shot it for Red Bull, so we also got paid for it.
We always do the series for a client, I would say. We're not making money out of this.
No.
It's basically just the costs, the flight tickets,
Yeah.
the hotels.
It helps us to cover the costs.
Yeah, it's
but
basically just the coverage of the costs, and we're not millionaires. We really didn't make like
we're really
much money.
poor, actually, you know.
All right, they don't like this. The YouTube people, they don't like this. So what's next on this channel? Pure comedy until probably November. I'm thrilled, I'm psyched about this. I started editing some of the comedy stuff this week and I feel reborn. I feel reborn, I missed it so much. You know, the classic videos, the worst things about something.
Basically, you're gonna be surprised how amazing he
All right,
is.
next question.
Does Teresa intentionally do her hair in dreads to look ugly?
Who asked this?
I really like braids, so whenever I'm in Africa, I take the opportunity to get braids. They are highly practical because in most of the African countries we've been to, the climate is very humid. And my natural hair are really soft. So with the humid air, they get really like ugly. That's when my hair get ugly, like really ugly. And you know, you're sweating all the time and so on.
Sometimes, to me,
I know you.
It depends. You've had like 6 styles of
Yeah.
braids, and it's 50-50. Sometimes I love it, sometimes I hate it. So for me,
Haters
sometimes
gonna hate.
I'm gonna include like the ones you had in Senegal. Those were really nice, and the ones you had in Gambia. Those were worse. Would Teresa be willing to let you plan your entire wedding without her having any say?
I thought it was supposed to be a question for the African vlog.
This was a question related to the wedding episode.
Okay.
That's why. My answer is, what is a wedding?
What was your backup plan in case things went wrong? I don't think we had any backup plan.
Quite lucky that we're alive. after some of the things that we experienced. How long does it take to plan your African trips? Since we first shot the episodes for TV and then for Red Bull, we always need a concrete plan of the episodes, and it takes a very long time to find what bizarre, extreme, crazy, or extremely interesting can we find in those particular countries, and it takes months, and we have to Google a lot, we have to dig through a lot of information in a lot of languages. Months, I would say months.
Information about Africa is generally scarce and hard to find, and there are just so many things, you know, the visas, how to get there,
the required vaccinations,
yeah,
and so on.
How did you meet Teresa?
How did you meet yourself, Teresa?
I was on my way home from school and I see this beautiful girl. She was just shining, you know, and I was like, oh my God, I gotta get her number. I gotta talk to her, like, I have to. She's just...
That was a lie.
But you asked me how did I meet her.
We were both drunk in a nightclub. Next question. Are you going to go to other unvisited parts of the world like Bangladesh, Syria, or the Pacific Islands, etc.? Africa first. As the African Donald Trump would say, Africa first. And all the other parts of the world second. But I'm not saying no to the other parts of the world. I'm very fascinated by a lot of countries that are outside of Africa, especially in Asia, but I'm not gonna tell which ones. That's gonna be a surprise maybe 3 or 4 years later.
Is the ad revenue sufficient to live traveling? I guess this is not meant for me, but
you know.
No, it is not sufficient. The last 2 trips to Africa were paid by television, by Red Bull, from whom we shot the series. But still, it only helped us to cover the costs. Otherwise, we use our savings, and well, to answer the question, we're not definitely making a living out of this.
2 months of editing, 13 vlogs, $400. Any chance of some comedy sketches? I think I can reveal some of my plans here. It's not gonna be only the comedy sketches, but also, let's say, a new series that is quite trendy nowadays. I've never did trendy things on YouTube, but this trend, I really love this trend, and I think it will be very interesting if you see this trend being filmed in Eastern Europe, or let's say Central Europe, because we get mad if someone refers to us as Eastern Europeans. I've already filmed the first episode and I really enjoyed the filming. You know what I'm talking about, right? It's gonna be something different from what you're used to when it comes to me, right?
Shit. Enjoy your coffee.
Thank you.
Would you ever do a travel series on rural United States? Yes. I think we would. Rural is the word. Yeah, actually we've talked about it many times already, but Africa first.
United States second. 5 words I would like to add. North Dakota, South Dakota, Wyoming. And the last question. Does your girlfriend like going with you on all these crazy adventures? Well, that's a question for her, but I have to answer this. Most of the people think that she's being forced by me to go on all these crazy, insane adventures where we often experience life-threatening moments. But the truth is that she's probably a bit crazier and more excited about Africa than me. Probably the only woman in the entire world.
I don't know. It's true. It's true.
We ran out of the questions, but since this is the end of the African vlog for at least half a year, I have one genuine question for you guys. Since I suppose you've seen the first season and also the second season, I gotta ask you, because this has been bothering me since since episode 1 of season 2, and you know that this has been bothering me. Season 1 was pretty successful. It has like 80,000 views on average, and season 2, when compared to season 1, has been incredibly unsuccessful. Like, it has probably 15,000 views on average each episode, and I think they're very similar. And I would say season 2, in my opinion, is even better when it comes to editing, the ideas and stuff around that, but it has no views, and I definitely don't want to sound like an ungrateful fuck. I'm very, very grateful for all these views, but I have just this genuine question. Why was it unsuccessful? What do you want to see? What do you want me to do better or differently? Because we're going to be traveling to Africa this summer as well, and I'm going to be shooting season 3. What was the difference between season 1 and season 2? Like, I don't know. Just a question. What should I do better? I don't know. I've been thinking about this since the first episode in the last 45 days, every single day. Like, what am I doing wrong? Are the titles, the thumbnails wrong? I don't know, my English, my personality, my edit.
I think it's your eyebrows.
My eyebrows.
Yeah.
Alright, so season 3 without eyebrows. Promise. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for being here with me.
Thank you for having me, Peter.
We really love you. We really love you. Like, you're the main source of my motivation, since I've made $400 out of all the views, so money is not a motivation for me. Thank you for watching, and see you
next time.
See you next week.